Well, it seems like the last few of these have been kind of a broken record in a sense that, I was proud of the performance tonight. I thought we were much better, obviously, than we were last week and the week before, but it's the same thing. Just give up a mistake late, and you've got to finish your opportunities when you don't. And the margin of error in this league is so small, but it puts us in a deep hole right now. So we've got, like I told him afterwards, is you don't stop. You keep grinding, and we'll get back at it Tuesday and see if we can't get a result up in Orlando on Thursday.
Question?
The attack looked a little more promising despite no goals, but is it kind of like it almost doesn't matter if you don't have the points to go with it?
Well, you've got. If you don't get the points, the goals, it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But I thought it was much better. We took Amber out, who's kind of been our defensive horse in there in midfield, and decided to go with the three attacking players in that spot. And I did think it gave us a much better attack tonight. I thought we handled the ball well, and we were able to open them up a little bit. We're still missing a little bit in that final third. I mean, we got into those areas much better than we did in a couple of weeks past. So Corey, I think it was an improvement, but still, when we get in there, just the little things, the refinement of that one final pass, or that striker that will take that half chance, that will look to score a goal instead of trying to make the final pass in there. We're still missing a little bit of that, and we've been unlucky a couple of times tonight. Rachel, as soon as she came off, had a great strike there, and a couple of those opportunities that I think we could have still walked away with the result tonight. So it's hard because you see the kids work so hard, to do the things that we've been trying to do to get wins, and then it's still, we're not getting rewards for those, at the moment. So it's very frustrating.
The attack's been, say, a bit tentative at times this season.
Yeah.
One of the things that was noticeable tonight was the forwards getting the ball a bit deeper, turning and taking on defenders, Kaylee in particular. Was that something that you've been working on, or did that just sort of...
Well, no, I think what we try to do with it, Hal, a little bit is, part of our problem had been in the weeks past is we've either had all three of them coming deep for the ball, and then when you get it in midfield, because you've overloaded the midfield when they come deep, then we have nobody to play to. So, what we've really tried to work on the last couple of weeks is making sure we're trying to unbalance them with one coming short, but one stretching them, deep. And I thought, especially the first half, Janine was pretty good at it with her movement from the number 9 spot, from the central striker spot, where Kay would come deep or Chi would come deep, and Janine would run and try to get into that space that we could play in behind. And but it's not all clicking yet. So I think it was better for us in that movement, but it's still not, that we're still not on the same page with that group yet. And but I thought it was, much better out of the especially the first group. I thought Chi and Kay and Janine were pretty good for us up front to begin with. The thing we talked about at halftime was it's one thing to get into that final third, but we still have to make Barnhart work. I think we had maybe really 1 or 2 shots from a little bit of distance that we never still really made her work. Now, having said that, I thought defensively we did well with them too. They didn't have much at all on the night until we gave up the goal, and then we switched to 3 backs instead of 4, and pushed Amber up and tried to get the goal back. They opened up a little, the spaces opened up a little bit more, but at that point it doesn't matter if you lose 2 or 3 or 1.
The decision-making overall seemed to be much better. Instead of trying to force balls in and coughing up possession, the team did a better job. Certainly the first half of holding possession that they've done lately. How much of that was kind of Andressa sitting there at the pivot with her vision and ability to move the ball around?
Yeah, that's what we had hoped. I think it was a lot having not only Andressa sitting in that spot, but Denise was very good tonight. O'Sullivan was, I thought, fantastic for us tonight. And so I think having those 2 players that have that experience in slowing things down and finding those spaces was key. The gamble you take is if you try that with 3 more kind of attacking midfield players, if you can't keep the ball, you're in trouble because you're forcing them to defend when they're not defensive type midfield players. And that was the discussion, that we had as a staff is, do you risk playing 3 attacking mids in there and no Amber? Or do you keep Amber in there, but maybe don't generate as much attack out of midfield. And that's kind of been a little bit of the quandary the last couple of weeks too, is we felt like even though the forwards haven't been great, in all fairness to them, some of the entry passes and things that we've been giving them haven't been up to par. So we haven't had a midfield that's been putting them in a good position. So we thought going that way would help us in that regard, and I really felt like it did. I thought it really helped us open the game up and spread it out, and I liked the tempo of the game. I mean, the way the first half went, I thought as long as they played at that tempo, we were able to move it and spread them out, and for the most part could keep play, like I said, until we got to that final third, and then I think we still got to create better chances once you get in and around the box.
With so many players leaving now for international duty, are you concerned with what the attack might be going forward?
Well, I think it's, I think it's almost 2 seasons, to be honest with you. I think all of these teams, now there'll be a few teams that are hit less by the national team duty, but I think, what you're seeing now, a month from now, could be completely different from a standing standpoint in the league table, because everybody's basically going to have a different team. So I think it's whoever's got the best roster to manage that time period while they're gone. And I like ours. I think I know one thing. I don't know how it will play out for us when this happens after this next game on Thursday. But I know I do like that roster better than where we were this time last year trying to cope with it during the World Cup. So I still think, I'm the eternal optimist. I still think we're in it. And even though we're going to be at the bottom or close to the bottom of the table after this weekend, it's still close enough in the league that you put a few wins together, and maybe it comes at this time, when the national team players are gone. You just don't know. So I think it's going to be interesting. So I almost see it as kind of a second season. It'll be interesting to see the teams that are doing well continue to do well, because I think a few of those at the top have some key players that maybe are a little bit more key than what we're losing in some regards. So, I mean, we haven't had Carly much at all anyway. So, we lose Morgan and obviously the Brazilians and, Lydia in goal, but we're very comfortable with B and think she'll do a great job stepping in. So, I think we'll be in good shape with it, and, we need that group to maybe close the gap for us, so you just gotta keep going. We can't turn in the towel now and stop. We have to keep pushing, and I think this group will continue to fight all the way. That's one thing that we've been about for a couple of years, and we've set that, and I think they'll continue to do it. And you just hope that the results start to come your way, because we need them to. Like I said, we recognize we're in a hole.